Okay, welcome back to the kitchen. Today I'm making, before I go to work, I'm going to make some of these sour cream biscuits. And these are super simple. They're way different than any biscuit you've seen me make before. So we'll get started here by putting a medium saucepan on the stove. And I'm going to need a couple of things. Be needing this. Anyways, it's not a want to have this every day because these can be fattening. I'm going to make these pretty small though. So just little bite-sized biscuits. They're a drop biscuit. You don't roll them. So it calls for 2 sticks of butter. So that's why I say it's a sometime thing. We have these, we'll have them maybe once through the holidays and one other time a year. So this is the one other time. I'm actually taking some of these to work for, we've been having snacks for our clients to introduce them to the new salon. And so anyway, get that butter melted. I'm going to take these with some of my homemade jam and let them try out the jams. And then maybe they'll buy some. Never know. It's been a pretty hot item. Okay, and then I also need, let's see, I'm going to need 16 ounces of sour cream. Or you can just get a 16-ounce tub, but I buy my sour cream at Costco. It just saves me a lot of money. Way more reasonable. And so 16 ounces. And there we go. There we go. All right. This is going to give it just a wonderful flavor. This is fun. This is a fun thing to do with a new cook because they come out so good and they're so easy that it makes them want to get back in the kitchen, right? Okay. I did use salted butter, so I'm only going to add a pinch of salt to that. You can flavor these biscuits too. I mean, I put thyme in them. I put Italian seasoning. I've done all kinds of things with them. So I'm just waiting for my butter to melt down and I will get rolling on the rest of it. So I did want to share, for those of you that watch my videos, I did another 6 pounds of garlic powder and a little coffee grinder I got. I'm not happy with it. The little container does come out, but it doesn't, I started getting more like coffee, or not coffee, but garlic granules instead of garlic powder, and that wasn't my wish. So I decided to use my Magic Bullet knockoff, and just an FYI, it works fabulous and it went through the process much faster. So anyway, just giving you a little tidbit of information about what I've been doing. And what works for me might work for you. You never know. Okay, so the butter's all melted. And so now I'm going to add 2 cups of self-rising flour. Now, I put the rest of my self-rising flour in this all-purpose flour container. And I don't know that there was quite 2 cups. So I'm going to cover my butt on this one. Let's see. One more. This is a half a cup, I believe. Alright. Now that I've made a mess, which, you know what, that's the fun part about cooking, right? Cleaning up after you're done. So because I don't know whether or not that is self-rising or completely all self-rising, I am going to add about 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. And now we're getting kind of a dough started here. I want to add in my sour cream. And it should be the consistency of a wet biscuit. If you need more flour, add more flour. I don't think you can hurt this recipe. All right, now, oh, and I would need also a teaspoon of baking soda. Actually, about half a teaspoon. Fine. Okay, so we're just gonna stir this all together. Get it all incorporated so everybody knows each other. And it looks like I'm gonna need more flour. Need more flour. There you go. I might have had a little bit more sour cream than I needed too, so that's all right. So now we've got 2½ cups of flour in here. And now it's starting to come together more like a biscuit dough. You see that? Starting to pull together. Still a little loose for my liking, so I'm just going to add one more, about 1/3 of a cup maybe here of flour. All right, now we're talking. Okay, turn that heat off, and we're going to start dropping biscuits. There's nothing better than homemade biscuits. And look how quick that was. Like, boom, bing, bang, boom, you're done, right? I want to make them about the same size, just because it'll make it easier for whoever's trying to eat them. So I'm going to get these dropped down. Might even roll them a little bit. There we go. How's that? Make them a little prettier. I don't want them, I want them rustic, so I don't want them absolutely perfect. And they won't stick because of all the butter. So, anyways, I'm going to get the rest of these rolled out. I'm going to put them in on the countertop oven. It's preheating to 375, and I'll cook these off, and when they're done, I'll bring you back and show you what one of these biscuits looks like. All right, you guys. Sorry about this. I guess this is why it's YouTube and not Hollywood. I thought I don't remember this dough being so soft. And I was right. I did a double recipe on everything but the flour. So the flour content is 2 sticks of butter if you're doing a double recipe, 16 ounces of sour cream, and 4 cups of self-rising flour. In my case, I added some because I wasn't sure all the flour was self-rising. Now, those first biscuits did cook, but they're not exactly what I'm looking for. They needed a little bit more flour. So, sorry about that. I had to go look it up. Just a pain in the rear, I don't know. Anyway, so I'm going to bake these off. And they only take a few minutes, but anyhow, I wanted to make sure I clarified that for you, just in case you tried the recipe. You'd be going, that didn't turn out at all like what I thought. And I wouldn't want that. I want whoever tries my recipes to absolutely love them, like we do. Okay, so I'm going to cram all these onto this tray. And I don't use the big oven very often, generally speaking, because it's full of cast iron. I have a lot of cast iron cookware. And my frying pans, that's where they live. So, I like to use the countertop oven. And that's where I'm going to put this right now. And I'll be back when these are done. How about that? Sorry about that. Alright, I'm back with the finished products. These are beautiful. They just brown up real light. They're still pretty hot, so let's cut open one here and see what we got. And trust me, you don't need butter with these. These are great with soup. We're going to have it tonight with our leftover chicken noodle soup. And I'm going to take some to work. I'm only going to leave enough for us so we don't, like, overindulge. This is really hot, but I'm going to take a bite for you. Go in one for the team. It's really buttery. You don't even really detect the sour cream so much as the butter. So all the milk fat that you're getting really is delicious. So I hope you try this, and I hope it inspires somebody to try a different recipe once in a while. These are fun and really simple to do, and they make great party biscuits. Usually what I do, if I'm going to take them to a party, I will put them in the muffin tin with the small little muffins. And they come out, they're just perfect size, bite-sized pieces like these. And they're yummy. So I'll see you next time. Okay, hope you come back and see me. All right, God bless.